The silence in the house was suffocating, thicker than the muggy summer heat pressing against the windows. It wasn't peaceful. It was the kind of silence that echoed with things never said. I'd grown used to it these past few months. I stared at the ceiling fan, its steady rotation the only rhythm in a room full of tension. Sarah, my wife of 15 years, was in the shower. The sound of water spilling from the faucet filled the air, a brief distraction from the storm that had settled in our lives. It hadn't always been like this. We were the couple others admired. We laughed easily, understood each other without words, and built a life one brick at a time, dreams layered with time and love. Or so I believed. But then came the lies, wrapped in soft excuses. Late nights at the office, secretive glances at her phone, a slight shift in her voice when she spoke to me, as if she was somewhere else. Watching her change was like watching a flower wilt, color draining petal by petal. Then came the texts. I found them by accident. Or maybe my gut knew where to look. Messages so explicit they made my stomach twist. I read them over and over, each word a dagger, each emoji a confirmation that something sacred had been defiled. I couldn't reconcile the woman I married with the stranger whispering filth to another man. The grief was unbearable. But beneath it, something colder began to grow. Not forgiveness, not understanding, just acceptance. I realized the life I knew had shattered, and I had a choice, sink in bitterness or take control. I chose the latter. I didn't confront her, not right away. I became a ghost in my own home, silent, watching, learning. I crafted a plan, something that gave me back a sense of power. I created fake dating profiles, subtle ones, nothing aggressive. Just playful banter, emojis, enough to raise eyebrows. I laid a trail for her to follow, a breadcrumb of betrayal, mirroring hers. I changed my phone password, a quiet shift in our daily rhythm. She noticed. She tried to hide her concern behind fake smiles and distracted phone checks, but I saw right through her. The night I knew my plan had wiped was the night she suggested dinner. Her voice was too sweet, her smile too bright. Guilt leaked through every syllable. I agreed with a nod. We picked a familiar restaurant, one filled with old memories now tainted by secrets. She reached for my hand across the table, a mechanical move, hollow and forced. "You've been distant," she said, like she cared. I shrugged. "Just tired." On the way home, I pulled into a gas station. "Need a drink," I told her. She shook her head. While inside, I sent a message to a number not saved in her contacts. "Tonight at 10. Your place." I hit send. Simple. Clean. A seed planted. When I got back in the car, I touched her hand the same way she had mine. The mimicry wasn't lost on me. Back home, silence returned. She disappeared into the bedroom. I waited. I didn't have to wait long. She burst into the living room, my phone in hand, eyes wide with panic. Her face was drained of color. "What is this?" she gasped, pointing to the screen. I met her eyes, calm and unreadable. "What does it look like?" I asked quietly. She trembled. "But you?" "Yes, me." I said it flatly. "I've been exploring other options. It's actually refreshing. You should try it sometime." I wanted to scream, to curse, to break something, but I didn't. That would have given her too much. She looked stunned, desperate, confused. I don't understand." "Oh, I think you do." I walked toward her and took the phone from her hand, gentle, emotionless. "You cheated." I mirrored it. "You lied." I learned. Her mouth opened, then closed. The tears came, first quiet, then messy. I watched her cry, this woman I once loved, now reduced to a wreck of guilt. But I didn't feel sympathy. What I felt was sharp and cold, like ice cracking underfoot. "You're doing this to me," she whispered. "No," I said. "You did this to yourself." I turned away and walked to the bedroom, packed a small bag, calmly, efficiently. I didn't say goodbye, didn't offer comfort. There was nothing left to say. The version of me that once begged for her love was gone. I walked out the door, left the house, left the memories, left the ruins of a marriage built on lies. I stepped into the night, the air cool against my skin. It felt like breathing for the first time in months. In the weeks that followed, I started over. A new city, a new job, a clean slate. It wasn't easy, but it was real. I wasn't defined by her anymore. I was mine again. I never saw her after that night. But sometimes, when the world goes quiet, I remember her face, the exact moment she realized I had turned the tables. That look of disbelief. And when I do, I smile. Not from joy, from peace. Real and quiet peace.